The carnival had been abandoned for years, its rusted rides and tattered tents a stark contrast to its once vibrant and colorful atmosphere. But rumors persisted that something still lingered within its walls, something dark and malevolent that preyed on those foolish enough to venture inside. Most people avoided the carnival like the plague, but a group of curious teenagers couldn't resist the temptation of exploring its twisted corridors and forgotten attractions. As soon as they entered the carnival, an eerie feeling crept over them. The air was thick with the smell of decay, and the only sounds were the creaking of the rusted rides and the crunching of leaves underfoot. They walked through the empty midway, the once bustling games now silent and abandoned. But as they approached the first ride, they heard a faint whisper in the wind. Ignoring their fear, they climbed onto the ride, its metal chains groaning under their weight. As it creaked into motion, they felt an icy breeze rush past them, as if a cold hand had brushed their faces. The ride started to spin faster and faster, the rusted metal protesting with every rotation. Suddenly, the ride came to a halt, leaving them stranded at the top, the ground far below them. As they frantically tried to free themselves, they heard the faint sound of laughter. But it wasn't the laughter of a child or a friend, it was an eerie, chilling cackle that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. They realized too late that they had awakened an evil presence that had been lying dormant in the carnival. As the night wore on, they encountered more horrors. They heard ghostly whispers and screams, saw shadowy figures moving in the dark and felt cold fingers brushing their skin. They tried to leave the carnival, but the more they tried, the deeper they seemed to get lost in its twisted maze. Finally, they stumbled upon the main attraction, a sinister-looking funhouse that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. They felt compelled to enter, and as they stepped inside, they found themselves in a labyrinthine maze of mirrors that seemed to stretch on forever. But these weren't ordinary mirrors. They twisted and warped their reflections, making them appear grotesque and distorted. As they stumbled through the maze, they saw something in the distance that made their blood run cold, a figure looming in the darkness, its eyes glowing with an unholy light. It was the source of the laughter, the entity they had summoned, and it had no intention of letting them leave. In the end, only one of the teenagers made it out of the carnival alive. The others were never seen again, their fates unknown. The survivor never spoke of the horrors they had witnessed that night, but the memory of the haunted carnival stayed with them forever, a nightmarish journey through fear that they would never forget.